Alright, it looks like we may finally be functional. Hey everybody, AlphaStarDX with the Alpha stream. And I was beginning to wonder how long it was going to be before my network started cooperating. Last night, we tried to do the Fool's Errand with Leisha, who you may remember from the Sword of the Samurai one-shot. But my upload speed was not nearly capable of holding a stream. Now it is. So this is my chance to do something because, honest to God, I've been itching to do something. So here we are. And we're going to do some Super Solvers one-shots. A few that I didn't think were quite so geared, shall we say, to a full play like Gizmos and Gadgets would be, and a few others that we have. So why don't we start with Outnumbered. The Master of Mischief is planning to take over the Shady Glen television station and is hiding in one of the rooms. You must find his hideout and stop him by midnight. Collect clues about each room by solving the math challenges he has cleverly placed there. Capture secret code in the halls by zapping his robot Telly and answering the drill questions that follow. Then use your decoder to match the clues with the secret code to find the room where the Master of Mischief has concealed his hideout. Decide correctly and win the game. Laser power! And apparently they pay this asshole to sleep. Alright, let's have at this. I don't want to run into the robot yet. So, here's how this goes. Each of the 5 rooms in the television station, which we will get to as we go, the Master of Mischief is hiding in one of them. And the first thing we're going to do is put together the codes for each room. We do that by finding math problems on one of these 3 displays in each room. So let's see which one has the problem this time. Oh, not that one. That's the one. Okay, so we can take our time here. Victor, the video vendor, try saying that 5 times fast, is having a big sale. You can save $18 on each reel of brand X tape. How many dollars does the tape cost on sale? So, there is some limited interactivity here, although I don't know how to make that like super interesting. Because like it's literally sit here, pose the question, wait for the chat or my guest to speak up, and give the answer on it. So I may as well just go down this. This is basically, it's a bar graph. Look at brand X. The bar reaches 20. Take $18 off. You got $2. That's it. So now that we solved a math challenge, we have clues about this room. But first and foremost, let's get away from that little wire there before he hits us for time. Would have been 15 minutes if we gotten spiked. So that's the newsroom. We'll check the decoder while we're in safety. So solving the problem gives us the clue, or gives us the code rather, to that room. And if the secret code... Let's see. Check match rule. If the secret code matches the exact code on one of the rooms, that's the room he's hiding in. So we've seen the newsroom. How about some cartoons? Oh look, a big red M. Wonder where we've seen that before, gamers. Okay. Funny Franny spent all of her drawing time on Thursday and Tuesday while working on the new Ally the Alligator cartoon. How many hours did she work on that cartoon? All of her time Thursday and Tuesday. So Thursday was 8 hours. Tuesday was 8 hours. 8 and 8 on the line graph says 16. And now we know the cartoon code. Oh, for crying out loud, are you everywhere? Horse race. Well, actually, just an equipment list. Happy Harry uses chairs from the equipment room for his show. If he takes 35 chairs from the equipment room, how many will be left? The quantity of chairs on hand, 41. Take 35 out, 6. It's just a math game. Let's not add anything to it. I mean, I suppose if your mind really goes that way, you could put a sexual spin on everything that goes on here. But that would get overdone very, very quickly. So yeah, this is probably best that we just pop this in one shot. Dr. No is teaching kids about sound with glasses of water. Sound has to be louder. To increase the volume by 65, at what number will the tens control have to be set? So this is really a two-step problem. First, not only do you have to add the extra volume to the settings, reading each of these knobs. So 4 tens and 3 ones is 43. 43 plus the 65 increase is 108. So just pluck out the tens control, which would be a 0. That's the sound room. And last but not least, we head for my personal favorite, before heading back to the energy supply, the game show room. It's bonus week. Bonus points are added to each spin. How many points does Ruth get in all for this turn? So, the red spinner landed on 59. Add 96 bonus. 155. Ah! Okay, so we now know all 5 room codes. Now we just need to make determination on which code is the right one. And here's how we do that next phase. First, if we head for the energy supply, we get 2 shots for every right answer from the math puzzles in the rooms. Now this robot's pretty slow, so we want to just take it at a nice slow pace and wait for him to show up with a bright red screen. Now it's a math drill. 10 minus 8, 2. 5 minus 0, 5. 9 minus 6, 3. 5 plus 1, 6. Now, I believe you're allowed 1 mistake per run. Otherwise, I don't think you get the piece of code. Hey, Solar. Glad you made it. My speed finally picked up, so here we are. Actually, Solar, next... Ooh, good stuff. Next round of this actually might be a decent test for interactivity. I was just really doing Super Solvers one-shots. Now let's finish this one first. That way you go from the beginning. So the first piece of the code is the handheld camera, which starts 3 of these codes. So we do not know yet out of these 3 which is right. We're going to have to go back to the station and get another piece. 2 pieces, actually, because the second piece won't narrow down anything. And the third piece, because they're all different, will give it to us. So let's go back out and do some more. I am going to make the fast jump here, because I don't want to be spiked from behind. Or ambushed from the elevator, I should say. 5 minus 0, 5. 5 plus 0, 5. 13 minus 8, 5. Oh, please do. 13 minus 11, 2. Okay. We knew it was going to be a headset. One more should give us the code. There he is. 4 plus 2, 6. 1 plus 8, 9. 0 plus 0, 0. 9 plus 5, 14. Now that'll tell us what the code is. Because we've got 3 pieces, and those 3 pieces start the cartoon room code. Guess what, boys and girls? That's where he is. Can't be anything else. So let's go after him now. Come out, you old ruddy bastard. Your show is over. So when you win, here's what happens. You get bonus for your energy left, 100 per shot. 3475 from 941. 1,000 points for winning the game. I'm gonna have to do some division real quick to figure out what that rate is for second. And for breaking 5,000 points on that first game, we got promoted from trainee to junior rank. Okay, so let me do a full breakdown real quick. 3475 divided by 139 minutes. Okay, so the time bonus that you saw of 3475 pays out at 25 points per second. The 1900 for the energy bonus is 100 points per beam. The 1,000 is the straight for winning the game. 8775 minus 3475 is 5375 minus 1900. Oh no, that's 5300. Minus 1900 is 34, and then 24. Okay. I believe we got 50 points for each drill problem solved correctly. So 4 for each times 4 drills is... Wait, what am I doing wrong here? 34. Sorry, I'm getting really anal here. Minus 3475. Let's do this. Okay, so I wasn't watching this too closely, but I believe the math problems pay out at 400 points per. No, wait, it's 5. What the hell have I done here? You know what, it might be 25 per drill question, 500 per... You know what, fuck it, who cares? That's my nerdiness, that's what I bring to this little streaming soiree. Anyway, let's play another round. This time, Solar, I'm going to need your help. So now that we're a junior, a couple things are going to change. First of all, no new user messages. Start in the newsroom. I believe it's still only 1 problem per room. Okay, Solar, here's where I need your help for the interactivity test of what would have been here. Oops, somebody goofed. The temperature shown on the map for Topeka is 7 degrees lower than it should be. What is the real noon temperature in Topeka? I know math isn't your strongest suit, but this is just addition, so... Yeah, this is part of the reason I would need a guest to do something like this too effectively, or an extremely active chat. But even then, this would get old pretty quick. Figure one game for demonstration purposes would probably be good for the stream. It is 52, that's right. And for those of you out there who aren't math whizzes like Solar clearly is, all you had to do was add the 7 missing degrees to Topeka's 45. Okay, so it is still one question per room. Oh, all right. That got us 300 points. So, so we solved 5. All right, I don't think the score system goes up, so I'm going to keep watching. Cartoons. Oh, for Christ's sakes. Couch Potato Paula watched all of the cartoons shown on Wednesday and Thursday. How many minutes of cartoons did she see, Solar? Yeah, and roughly translated, that's 3.5 hours of straight television. By the way, are you using a calculator? Yep, I don't want to toy with him yet. And Happy Harry has once again... Yeah, see? That's the other problem. It's too easy to play dirty. Happy Harry uses chairs again from the equipment room. He'll take 15 from the 22, so that's just going to be 7. You know what? Let's take it slow and see if he shows up. He won't show up in a room. By the way, these songs all suck. Betty Bop, the Sock Hop host, needs your help. Tell her how many more weeks Go-Go Shop has been on the grade 8 than Surfer Dude. Go-Go Shop has been on for 65 weeks. Surfer Dude for 31. Difference between them, 34. Bitch. Ah, he shut off his screen. Unfortunately, that doesn't get us any points, and neither would shooting that wire. Here, I'll even show you. You get no points for hitting him, so that's 100 points you just wasted off shooting him. So Kim spun 44 first, 42 this time. Total is 86. Okay, so it's 300. Let me get to the energy supply first. Oh yeah, junior mode. He can have the fake out black screen. Hit him, he just disappears. You gotta try and hit him with the red screen. like that. 12. Okay, so it's 50 points a drill. We'll analyze the decoder in a minute. Okay, that's what it was. That's what was missing. So the breakdown is as follows. 300 points for each puzzle if gotten right on the first guess. I think it's 200 if you get it wrong. And then 100 from there on if you're bumped out and have to try something else. You don't get any points for shooting anything. So you're wasting points if you do anything that's not worth a code piece. 50 points for each drill problem. 100 points for getting a code piece. And then the ending bonus is each energy shot pays out 100. Each second or each minute pays out 25 before midnight. And a straight 1,000 for winning. That's the formula. In case anybody was still interested. Now back to the game. We have a standing microphone, which only eliminates the game showroom. If we are lucky, there's a 50-50 chance that the second piece of the code will give it to us on either the games or on either the cartoon room or the sound room. If we end up with a radio tower, then we have to get one more piece to solve it. Or we can just take a wild guess. That's the other interactive part of this, solar. If you were so inclined, you could take a guess as to which room this guy's in off of this first piece. Now, you'd only have a 1 in 4 chance at getting it right, but if you would like to, now's your time. You don't have to guess. No dice. Back to the station. Like I really care, it's just a one-shot anyway. If you want to change your mind, let me know. Actually, too late. We're getting another piece. 5 plus 1, 6. Yeah, this is something that they'd call like a community let's play if I were to just turn it over to the people. And I honestly would be perfectly okay with that. We have the second piece. So, tell me, are you comfortable taking a guess now? It's the cartoon room. Funny, I'm pretty sure it was the cartoon room last time, too. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell you if you get it wrong. Yeah, I lost a shot earlier. 2 shots, actually. And I came out with slightly better time this time. Yeah, I ended up with a slightly worse score this time because I lost those couple shots, demonstrating that you don't get points. I think I may even have lost a few seconds on top of that. Oh well. So now the game score is added to the cumulative score, which would take 30,000 points to reach the rank of senior. At that point, things get a little bit harder, and then expert makes it even harder than that, and all-star is another step beyond that. So that's Outnumbered. Now in the same vein, because again, I think that this would get old fairly quickly. We're going to go into the game that came before that, called Midnight Rescue. Now, this is pretty much in similar vein to Outnumbered, except that instead of hiding in a room, he's hiding inside one of his robots. We have to find him before midnight, so we have the same 3-hour time limit. The energy rays from the laser pointer are now a camera instead and the film within it, but it's the same exact system. And the other major difference in this game is it's critical reading instead of math. So, let's just do this. Oh, look at that. We need to find these cerulean slips with stories on them in order to find our clues as to who the Master of Mischief is hiding inside. So, there's a clue question at the end of this reading, which we'll check out to get our answer. Here we go. July 27th, 1962. Damn it. Dear Diary, boy, what a day. Betsy and I were babysitting for her little brother, Terry. Since Terry had missed his nap, we took him out for a little treat. Oh, that's great. Reward the kid not taking the nap when he's supposed to take it with a reward. That's real smart. Instead of asking for a strawberry double-dip cone, Terry began shouting at the boy behind the counter. We were so upset that we took Terry outside to calm him down, but he screamed even more. Betsy started crying. I felt helpless. Then Terry started running around in circles, screaming, "Ice cream! Ice cream!" I thought to myself, yes, you do, Terry. I think that's where the saying, I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream, came from. Signed, Morty. Oh, look at that. An excerpt from the journal of the Master of Mischief himself. All right, Solar, here's your question. Terry caused some trouble. Poor Betsy started to cry. Tell me what Terry did that day. Now that's the clue to spy. Makes me want to shout. So, we get 600 points for first try, 300 for second, and this, if we lose it on the second try, then the clue gets replaced out and elsewhere and is only worth 200 points. So we have a checklist and a clue card for each robot. We've got one clue. We're going to have to take pictures as we go here. So. Caught one. So we're going to get some info on that robot that we just took. And there are no readings in this room, so let's check that now. So here's the deal. On these pictures, you'll find 4 clues, each of them numbered as you can see them. Looks like he's got, what, lantern, face paint, some kind of paper chain, and the word complain. So the robot that we're looking for is the one who matches all 4 clues, just like in Outnumbered. Solar, do you think this is the one? Buffo. Solar, there's proof up here that it cannot be him. Clue number 4 reads shout, But clue number 4 on his picture reads complain. It can't be him. So we can say no, and that'll be marked. No, I wasn't asking you to guess. I was asking you to decide if this guy is him, and he's not. So there's really no guessing now because we don't have any more information. We could take a blind guess, but I'm going to assume that you don't want to, and we'll just move right along. So we got a picture of Pogo. It could be him. The one clue that we have so far matches him. It's him. You wanna put our stake on that? You want to make the affirmative decision to accuse this guy of hiding him? Balls to the wall? Okay. Let's do it. Is it him? 1 out of 4. No. So if we miss, we are out of the game. And unfortunately, same as in Outnumbered, this game does not tell us who the correct robot was. That's okay though. All that means is we don't get any points for this run. So we just try it again at the points that we're at now. Now let's demonstrate what it looks like when we do get it right. There's our first reading. What can you make with... Oh, how profane. Oh my. What can you make with a blank? A report by Stuart Jacobs, January 13th, 1959. You have it in your kitchen. You probably eat it on cold winter mornings for breakfast. So the next time you've eaten all that oatmeal, save that round box. Here are some fresh ideas for what to make from that box. If you have a cat, use the box lid as a dish for its dry food. Eat up, pussy. Take the rest of the box and tape a piece of heavy paper over the open end. Instant drum. Or maybe you need a piggy bank. Decorate the outside of the box by pasting on pretty shapes of colored paper and then cut an opening in the lid for coins. You'll have to get the lid back from the cat. How about a telephone? Take 2 oatmeal boxes, lids off, and connect the closed ends with a long string. So, remember to eat your oatmeal, but please don't throw those special round boxes away. Alright, Solar, your question. Stuart wrote a good report about some things to make. Name a better title now, and then a clue you'll take. You don't know the title? You can't come up with... There you go. It is useless for oatmeal boxes. So the clue that gives us is... box. That's perfectly justifiable. Alright, so that was the drama room. Here's the library. Of course there's reading material here. Council wants super solvers. Shady Glen, March 16th, 1989. The Shady Glen City Council voted 7-0 yesterday to hire the super solvers to help solve the mysteries of the past several months. There was really no contest, said Mayor Janet Sullivan. The super solvers have a reputation for solving mysterious cases, no matter how strange or magical. They are the best at finding the answers. Mayor Sullivan went on to talk about the growing list of unsolved mysteries in Shady Glen. The list includes the freezing of city stoplights, statues coming to life in Shady Glen Town Square, the mixed-up traffic signs, and now the disappearing school. Yesterday morning, part of the gym was gone. The super solvers are really our only hope, she said. And for any hard words that are identified in this, you can actually get definitions of them if you're so inclined. Includes, has within it, contains. Bearing in mind this is a grade school game, so words like that just might be difficult for that age. In any event, Solar, your question. The council voted 7-0 for a group to save the day. What kind of problem was at hand? Now that's the clue, I'd say. Nope. There's a bigger picture here. Think about what kind of problem did the council have to get solved? Like, what's the grand scheme of why they were hired? They were hired to solve mysteries. That's it. So now we only get 300 points for having had to take the second try. But we got the clue. That's the important part. Now if we try to go up to one of these again, it'll tell us that we've already gotten the clue. Gotcha. So we've gotten a second clue. Number 4 is mystery. And we just got a picture of Turbo. Clue number 4 matches, but I don't think that's a box he's got on 1. That being said, Solar, is Turbo the one? Yeah, Turbo's not the one because clue number 1 does not match up. Don't worry, I'm not going to have you take a guess from this. I'm actually trying to demonstrate winning it. Up the stairs. Gotcha. And this time we got Rollo, the red robot. And this time we have the opposing problem. Clue number 1 matches, but clue number 4 does not. So he is not the one either. Oh, something to read. From The White Stallion by Elizabeth Shub. Morning light woke Gretchen. The stream sparkled in the sunlight. Gretchen washed her face and drank in the clear water. She looked for Anna. She called her name, but Anna did not come. Gretchen was so hungry she chewed some sweet grass, but it had a nasty taste and she spat it out. She sat on her rock near the stream. She looked at the red bite marks on her legs and began to cry again. A squirrel came by. It looked at her in such a funny way that she stopped crying. She walked along the stream. She knew she must not go far. If you are lost, Mother had warned, stay where you are. That will make it easier to find you. Gretchen walked back to her rock. It was afternoon when she heard the sound of hooves. A moment later, Anna ambled up the stream. I'm going to take a guess that the hard word is ambled. Oh, one of them probably, but there's hooves, horse's feet. One is a hoof. Ambled, walk slowly. Yep, there you go. Solar, the question. Gretchen knew that she was lost. She walked upstream and all around. Where did she finally go to sit in order to be found? She sat on the rock. And that's our third clue. Let's get another robot, though, before we check that out. Let's read what's on the book reports. I can tell you in later skill levels there will be harder stories, bigger points. Certainly not enough to warrant making this truly, truly interesting as a show. But here's your point of demo. Shady Glen, July 26th, 1981. People living in the Valley View section of Shady Glen are still puzzled about the creature that appeared in their neighborhood last night. Police have talked to 10 people, and each person has something different to say about the creature. Section creature. A Gazette reporter was on the scene. Her report includes the following descriptions from witnesses. It had huge back legs and it was bouncing all over the place. It didn't wait for me to move. It just jumped over my head using its long, strong tail. Gee. Descriptions. Witnesses. Gee, I wonder what creature they're trying to describe. It had tiny hands that made it look as if it were begging, so I just threw it some flower clippings. But it hopped away. I'm sure I saw something peeking out of its front pocket. So, I think we know what the creature is, but let's not spoil it. Here's the question. The people weren't very sure of what they'd seen that night. Give me the best headline here, and then you'll have it right. That was certainly a kangaroo, and it was missing from the zoo. However, that's not the tagline. The bigger point of this tagline, or of this headline here, would be where this took place. Not the what, because nobody was entirely sure. But we do know that we had something somewhere. Mystery Valley View visitor. One small problem. We've already got mystery as clue number 4. That did get us 300 points, however, on a 2-guess answer. So we got red and gray already. April 16th, 1959. Dear Diary, I saw the first one in the window of the drugstore. The bright colors attracted my attention right away. It was too high for me to read, so I just looked at the picture and dreamed about lions and tigers and elephants and clowns and cotton candy. 2 days later, I saw another one on the side of a milk truck. Yes, the circus was really coming to Shady Glen, but I had to find out when. I rode my bicycle to the library, and there was another one on the front door. I laughed when I saw that clown's big red rubber nose. It was almost bigger than his face. I asked Miss Morris if she had an extra poster I could put up on my bedroom wall, but she said that was her only one. Maybe I could buy one at the circus. If I can get one for myself, I'll put it right next to my Lassie picture. Signed, Betsy. Now, Betsy would eventually be discovered to be Morty's crush from back in the day. This is roughly 30 years before the present. Anyway, the question. Betsy simply laughed out loud when she saw this big red thing. Tell me what it was, okay? That's the clue I bring. The nose almost as big as the face, although ball, in my personal context, is a very funny answer. Alright, so we now have all 4 clues, but we don't have enough pictures to decide. There's yellow. He matches 1, he matches 2, he matches 4, but that does not look like a rock. So it's not Buffo. We are down to 2. Electro and Pogo. 3 is the match here. So that's what we need to look for. It's either Electro, the green, or Pogo, the blue. Let's get ourselves one more picture and get him. But first, a trip to the principal's office. Too late. Damn. Film machine. That's our energy supply machine from before. We get 2 film for every right answer. And that was red, I think. We can get 2 more pieces of film by solving this last clue in the game. June 17th, 1959. Dear Diary, Donnie was exploring a large cave with Morty near Lake Waddle when he found a fossil lab from the Mesozoic era. So Donnie and Morty entered the state rock contest. Boy, this is a difficult piece. This morning, I drove the boys to the contest in Monroe City. The judges were so excited about Donnie's rock that they awarded all 3 top ribbons to him. You should have seen how proud Morty was. He couldn't stop saying, "Donnie's got the rock that gave the judges a shock." Signed, Harriet. The cave was just the spot to find things old and new. Name what Donnie found there, and that will be your clue. Obviously, this is one we've already gotten, but this is good for some points if we can get it right. Not to mention the 2 film strips. The rock. 1 guess, good for 600. Let's get back up to the film machine. It'll get us a couple extra points. We don't need any more help, we just need to get 1 more picture. We'll know who it is by default after this next shot. Of course, provided one of them ever decides to show up. This is literally what we're down to, is patrolling the halls until we get the picture we need. Ay, 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 ay. Come on. There's one. The one I tried to get earlier but missed on. So we're going to know off of this picture. 3 is a mismatch. It's not him. That means by default, it must be Electro. And that is simply process of elimination. It's him. So 100 points for each film shot. Oh, that's different. I didn't even see the time. Oh, whatever. Over 10,000 points on the first game. And this time, as we go up in rank, the statue gets built of us grabbing him up by the hair. Senior, things get harder, and then expert, and then all-star. Same drill as before, and the same point building. But yeah, that's Midnight Rescue. The stories will eventually get a little bit boring, so that's why I made the decision to just make this a one-shot. Same for Spellbound, which we're going to do next. It's not all PC sound this time, so I'm going to bump the volume a bit. Shady Glen's Spelling Bee. Master of Mischief wants to take us on in spelling, huh? Alright. Alright, Solar, pick a topic for me. Everyday, games, places, holidays, fun, word-wise, US, nature, people, grab bag. Pick a topic for me, Solar. So you want to stick with everyday and then go with food? So every day, and you want food. I'm so sure of that. So here's your list of words. Broccoli, cake, cheese, chocolate, chopsticks, cookies, donuts, drink, fruit, juice, lunch, meat, milk, pancake, pizza, rice, soup, spaghetti, sushi, taco. Is everybody hungry yet? Oh, we get to pick a topic as a whole. Interesting. So we're going to get all of every day here. This literally just dictates how many points it takes to get to the spelling bee. We may as well go with easy because I'm going to demonstrate all the different puzzles anyway. So the Treasure Mountain Elf is going to give us our old remote back from Outnumbered. See how everything ties together. So in order to get to the spelling bee, we have to reach the target score, and we do that by playing these 3 games. So let's begin with word search. There's not a great deal of interactivity in this one, so let's just get them. Barbecue. Curtain. Garage. Backyard. So it looks like we don't get food right off the get-go. Roof. Here's our first crossover. Telephone. Pillow. Cupboard. Find all late at 100 points a word. And a 500 point bonus for getting them all. Next game. Flashcards. So again, we pay out at 100 per word. Now it'd be in your best interest to keep all of these words in mind as you go. Garden, kitchen, table. Because there's a second game after this that utilizes these same 8 words. Bedroom. Cellar. Lamp. Sink. And you can see in the bottom right that little chip there. How far in we are. Stairs. Oh, I guess the second game doesn't come until later. In later skill levels, you get scrambled words as well. Or it may even be higher difficulty levels where you get that. Though the same 8 words would play back scrambled. So, nothing to play again for. We could go to the spelling bee now, but we've got one more word game to play. It gives us these 5 words. Attic, couch, carpet, kitchen, fireplace. With only the length of words to help us. We fill them in. Once we do, it'll pay out 100 a word, plus the 500 point bonus. Now, it is spelling bee time. And this, 5 times over, is quite literally the game. And I'm going to take a guess that each subtopic gets played once.
Welcome to the Shady Glen Classroom Spelling Bee. Contestant number 1.
Rolo's back from Midnight Rescue. And they've all got their own theme songs too.
Contestant number 2.
And
Contestant number 3.
whatever his name was. And there's us. So we're last.
Contestant number 1. Please spell the word carpet. You did it. Contestant number 2. Please spell the following flashed word.
It's a spelling bee, for God's sakes.
Good work. Contestant number 3. Please spell the following flashed word.
Stairs. S-T-A-I-R-S. Stairs.
That's right. Contestant number 1. Please spell the word kitchen.
Oh,
Incorrect.
bye-bye.
Contestant number 2.
Now he's got to get the same word, just
Please
like in
spell
a
the
traditional
word.
spelling bee.
Kitchen. Good work. Contestant number 3. Please spell the word garage.
Garage. G-A-R-A-G-E. Garage.
Great job. Contestant number 2. Please spell the following flashed word. You did it. Contestant number 3. Please spell the following flashed word. Way to go. Contestant number 2. Please spell
If
the
we
following
lose this, we just
flashed
remain
word.
at this level. And the target score
That
becomes
is correct.
2,000
Contestant
more
number
than the
3.
score we have now.
Please spell the word pillow.
Pillow. P-I-L-L-O-W. Pillow.
Great job. Contestant number 2.
And this is going to
Please
go
spell
on
the
until one of
following
us screws
flashed
up
word.
and the other gets that word right.
Incorrect. Contestant number 3.
It's ours if we get this.
Please spell the following flashed word.
It was even flashed in front of your face. Attic. A-T-T-I-C. Attic.
Way to go.
And not a single frame has been dropped so far this stream. Makes me very happy to see that. So now the target score goes up by 2,500 for moving up to the next level. And it's just this 5 times over. Nothing really to write home about, not enough interactivity to make that worth it. So, one shot indeed. Actually, I probably ought to make notes of what games I play here just for my description. Outnumbered, Midnight Rescue, Spellbound. Let's do Treasure Mountain next. I'm going to drop that. This one's a little harsh for sound. Master of Mischief has stolen the crown and hidden the treasures of Treasure Mountain. Better to describe this one as we go along, I think. This time we score by treasures rather than points. So we need to find keys. So we can catch elves to get extra coins, which are in turn used to find treasures and keys. But if we get one with a scroll, he'll ask us a word-type question for us to answer. And if we get it right, we get his clue. If not, we're forced to release him. Fig, pig, wig, please help me out this time. Dig, jig, rig, and pick a word to rhyme. Big is the rhyme. Yes, indeedy. So that's going to give us the clue triangle. Let's get one more clue before we start digging around for stuff. I'm thinking of a number between 4 and 8. What could it be? Yes, it seems there could be number puzzles too. Five is right. The clue word is 1. So now we can drop coins meaningfully. See these things in the background? The flowers, the bushes, the flags, all that stuff? We found the key, so now we can go up to the next level. Now we find treasures by finding things that match 2 out of the 3 clues. The key matches all 3. So the last clue, most likely, would be flower, based on what we just did. 1 triangle flower. So the 2 diamond outlines in the lower right tell us there are 2 treasures to be found. Here's 1 flower, and that's a treasure. Here's triangle flowers. That's a good thing to note, actually, is that plural doesn't count. Climb the tree, unlock the tree. I'll get to it. Give me a minute. Here's 1 triangle. So remember very carefully in this game about your singulars and plurals. Oh, also, cute little thing in this game, you can pull off an infinite space jump. If you do this technique right. Doesn't exactly get you anywhere, of course, except for some serious protection against the elves later on 2-star rank, when they can start stealing your coins. Anyway, since we have this key, we can unlock it to finish the ladder, and it'll take us up to level 2, where there's another puzzle to solve. We can purchase more nets on any level by dropping 4 coins. And that will give us 5 nets. So you get 1 coin for catching each elf, and if he happens to hold a scroll, you get 2 more coins for getting the right answer. Fur, sir, her, stir. These words all end the same. Pick 1 more word that ends like these, and we can play the end sound game. I like fur. Clue is round. In later levels, that bridge goes out if you step on it, so you're going to want to pull a double flip jump over it, so as to not touch the center. Fortunately, you can just climb right back up, but more of an annoyance than anything else. See if we can get us some more clues. Mine tunnel shortcut. Yeah, I'll demonstrate that in a minute. We could just drop coins and guess at things willy-nilly, but I don't want to do that, really. So there's our cut through, and it allows us to cut him off at the pass. Bedroom, bathroom, mushroom. Which of these is not a room in your house? Yeah, I can't say I spend all that much time sitting in a mushroom. Pine cones. Well, here's round pine cones. 3 round pine cones. Or 2 big balls. Still 2 treasures to find. There's your round pine cones. Alright, I think I missed something here. Or is it big round pine cones? If it is, then those two big balls are precisely what we need to check. Rich, such, much. What ends the same? The end sound game. Which is right? Yeah, it is 3. Alright, so... what am I missing here? Are these 3 round? 3 round nests? Yep, looks like it. Alright. So now we need to find the geyser that'll take us up to the chilly round 3. There we go. Now this time we want to jump over that geyser, otherwise it'll take us back down to floor 2. The opposites game is black and white. The opposite answer is the one that is right. I say stop and you say go. I say blank and you say slow. You say goodbye, and I say hello. Round again. Same trouble there, bridges eventually go out. Whoop. There we go. Fortunately, you don't lose a net for missing the shot. Base plus ball equals baseball. Birth plus day equals birthday. Tooth plus brush equals toothbrush. Bird plus bath equals encyclopedia. Or maybe you'll have a better suggestion. Bird bath, yes, of course. Round snowman. Hooah! Oh, I didn't know you could double jump off of it. Cool. Two round snowmen. Now I saw 2 round sleds back here. And I saw 2 more round sleds over this way. That's a quick way back down to floor 2. But instead, first let's get this last clue for some extra coin. That's not even worth waiting for. 8 is 8. And now end. And here's the end game. Climb the ladders, navigate the ladder maze by jumping from ladder to ladder. Extremely dangerous. Do not try this at home, kids. Navigate the ladder maze to the top. Open the chest. Deposit your treasures. This is how you score. A little bit of a different scoring system than we've seen up to now. As again, we score by treasures. He's mad that we got every treasure. We'll steal one, which then becomes an animation trick. All the way back down to the first floor clubhouse. There's the animation. And there's the number of treasures that tells us. 1 star, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to champion. Now you're not going to have to play 50 games. As the rank goes up, the number of treasures available increases too. To 5 per floor once you make it to the 6-star rank. But as usual, things get harder from there on out. Now what changes as a 1-star? It's still 2 treasures. Not that it matters, we're not going to go on with this. Instead, we're going to go on to effectively its sequel, which is Treasure Mathstorm. Sound on this one isn't as harsh, so let's go back up. See that fancy little machine he's got there? Yeah. That machine freezes everything and screws up everything. So now, as we were in Treasure Mountain, this is the Super Seeker scoring system, which uses treasures, as opposed to the Super Solver system, which uses points. So we're back to the familiar clubhouse, and this time we are playing with money instead of coins, and snowballs are how we gain treasures. So we can catch an elf and get some money by solving math problems similar to Outnumbered. 8 plus 1 is 9. So we'll get some money for that. If we get one holding a scroll, we'll get the money plus how many snowballs need to be on each pile before we get treasure. So here's my way of checking. First go to each pile and grab all the snowballs. Now they get pretty cute in this game, at least on the early skill levels. However many snowballs you have, divide it by 3, and I have found that is always the mnemonic for it. Costs a cent to check, just like it costs a coin, and those money amounts will go up as we go. Now this time we can actually buy stuff. So we can buy 1 net at some price, which right now is 1 cent, or we can buy 4 nets at 3 times that price, which is obviously the bargain. We can bypass the main math puzzle of the floor entirely by buying the operative tool to climb up to the next level. Of course, we're not going to do that, but it is an option. So first we'll select the item we want, and then we'll drop the exact amount. We can convert to change from bigger coins later on. Click on the cashier when you got it done, and we have more nets. Let's do that again. Because again, as prices go up, you're going to want to buy while the prices are still low and inflation doesn't hit. So to that end, we've gotten the treasures we need already, 3 per floor, and I think it stays that way across the game. Now if we try to get something we don't have enough money for, we'll be told we don't have it. So again, we can use all those nets to catch elves, or we can do what we're supposed to and head for the main puzzle room. The time igloo. So we want to change the digital clock to match the analog clock. That reads 6 o'clock. And we play this one in half-hour increments. And those get smaller as the skill level goes up. And the requirement changes as well. So it may not always be same time. It might be later by so-and-so, earlier by so-and-so. In any event on any skill level, get 4 of the item shown in the second window down below. And that's what we need in order to advance. So just solve 4 problems. If you want to solve more beyond that, it'll get you some extra money. So let's do one more. And that's good for the same price as you would get for netting an elf without a scroll. So worth it if you want to conserve your nets, but very time consuming. Now, once you have all the pickaxes you need, the elf will indicate that you can indeed go up, so go on up. The music in this one is diverse too, and a very nice soundtrack. So we're going to use that little trick from earlier to bypass catching any elves. That's all the snowballs, so we need 4. Up. That's right, we need money to do this checking. Best to get one with a scroll. Well, not that it matters, it's 3 cents anyway. Which, that was wrong. That 1 cent is not correct. No, it's just a free 1 cent as opposed to 3 for the sacrifice of a net. Oh well, forget that particular earlier statement, that was not right. So on level 2, it's the gold room. And we play with scales now. So early on, we just can't use the unit that's on the scale. We can use anything else we want to add up to what's on the other side. And in any number we want, which ironic enough, but I guess that would defeat the purpose if we could use an 8. So anyway, 1 plus 7 is 8. Now we need to get 4 pieces of the catapult. Well, there's only one way to get this. The easiest thing to do is always just 1 plus whatever. And let's take 1 more for that little extra money. And now that we have the full catapult, we don't need to go shopping. Let's take a sky ride. Now you can't go down a floor once you've already gone up this time. 6 divided by 3 is 2. We're gonna have to get him in order to get all the treasures we need. So there's the way into the castle. But first, we head into Crystal Cave, which is a counting game. Ones and tens to start out, and we'll eventually see hundreds. How many crystals do you see there, Solar? $18 is correct. And this time we need 4 stepladder pieces. And there's 2 tiny little crystals there. And 5. Come on, show us a 10. And 12. 17. Let's get a little money out of this deal, because we're going to need some more to go through that door. I don't know how much more, but I still want to see a 10. Unless, of course, we don't get that on the trainee level. Oh well, that's okay. Now with all 4 step ladders, let's head in through the door and answer one last pattern question. Find the missing numbers, Solar. 12, 13, 14. Exactly. All we're doing is counting up. 15. Get it right. Pay the cent toll. He'll ring his nose. The door will open. And this time there's no end game. Just go right on up. And there he sits, all snug in his little throne. Dump the treasures. The elf will give us one. And in a much more reckless course of action than last time, we'll just jump, swan dive right on out the window. And this time we have a parachute to get us right back in front of the clubhouse. So we got 9 treasures plus 1 animation waiting for us. And the scoring system changes with the fact that we can get 9 treasures per game. This time, you kind of do. You kind of do have to play 50 different games, because I'm pretty sure that amount does not change throughout the rest of the game. Aw, cute. He's got a little tail there. And that is Treasure Mathstorm. Alright. Next quickie is Treasure Cove. This follows very much the same formula as either Mountain or Mathstorm. So after he was chased off of Treasure Mountain, he ran away and blew away the bridge to the next island. So its gems are now in the water. He's got a workshop. He grabs up the goobies for a magical ingredient. Suck them all up. And now the goobies are leaking out, and we have to clean it up. Being the super seekers that we are. This was one of my absolute favorites when I was in school. So here's the deal. We need to get the starfish. If we get the orange ones, actually if we get any of them by shooting a bubble of air at it, we'll get 1 unit of light, and then if we answer the question, let's see what happens. Look and see and then tell me which of these shapes has only 3 sides. No, I don't. But again, this is an interactivity test. Of course, it's the circle. So let's pick the circle. Well, we get it wrong, and we're forced to release him. Fortunately, we don't need air to breathe. So let's get it right this time. The triangle. And that'll get us a clue of 3. So once again, I believe we get gems for matching 2 out of the 3. Also, we get additional air by shining the light, the number of times indicated there. Okay, we caught him for some light. So now, for 5 light, we get an exchange of 10 air. So the little critters sitting down, moving around on the ocean floor, they're the ones that we're eventually going to have to check once we get some clues. I see a sand crab. I see a king crab. We see 2 crabs. So we've got 3 striped eels. So once we find the puffer fish, which matches all 3 clues, now we can get ourselves to the next area. But first, we have gems to find, and the gem outlines on the right, just like the diamonds in Treasure Mountain. Tell us how many of these treasures we have to find. C rhymes with B, and crab rhymes with grab. Shell rhymes with tell, and clam rhymes with ram. So, if we find 2 out of 3... Oh, okay, this is our cove. So enter gets us in if we're by a door. Wait, what do we get for taking out? Oh no, you know what? We lose a light if we get hit by one of those sploogey things. Let's head on inside the cave. Hopefully find some more stuff. So there are more creatures inside the cave, unlike in previous games. We may find our treasures here. Here's 3 eels. So that'll get us a gem, and that's worth 5. Now, there's something else around here that matches 2 of the 3 clues. Oh. Yep. If we get hit by a gooby, we lose a piece of light. 3 striped something. Alright. So now we have all the gems, and we have the pufferfish. And now let's see what the pufferfish does to get us to level 2. Hit enter when you're by that geyser. Drop the fish. And somehow that geyser being plugged up makes the seahorse chariot grow. All right. Same game as before. Here's a riddle. Take a chance. Seaweed is an ocean plant. Ah, striped again. And it's first. That's interesting. Oh, what the hell? Let's head into the circus. Whoops. Better get closer to the entrance. Oh. He's just ambiance, okay. Are there any creatures inside the circus? Oh, any that aren't like ambiance. Nah, this looks like just a sideshow to me. Gotcha. I am the biggest clam. I am not small. Except for when I eat, I hardly move at all. You are a giant clam. So, striped, blue. Pretty sure I saw striped blue this way. But, whoops. I'm thinking of a word, and that word is better. Which one of these words starts with the same letter? How about a boat? A 2-word clue. Striped blue butterfly fish. Well, there's a striped blue something. So where yellow is worth 5 gems, red is worth 10. Oh, hey, fancy this. Another clue. Or another cave. And this one, much like on the first level, striped butterfly fish. Now if I can find the blue ones. That will net us the pufferfish and get us moving on. There's the blue ones. Got it. Alright, now come in. Hey. Love you too.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Oh wait. Not
We're
yet.
close enough.
Tomorrow's only the 30th.
Yep. We are. Upload speed went back to normal around 10 o'clock, so I'm able to.
What's normal?
Upload speed. It's back up to 12.
Okay.
So I'm able to stream, and that's making me very happy right now. That float him off so he doesn't cause us trouble. Good night, love you too. And let's drop the pufferfish onto the geyser, wherever it is. Whoa. There's our operative problem, where they're coming from. So blocking it off with the pufferfish gets rid of one of the leaks. And that, for some reason, entices the whale to open its mouth so we can go in, get ourselves blown out. And this is how we're going to get to level 3. Here is a riddle. Now you tell me which word ends with the letter P. How about kelp? So let's get pumped up. Now there's something special in another cave, but we're not going to enter it yet. And you'll see the reason why when we get there. I looked out to sea. I saw 6 great big tails just moving along. I think they were whales. How many? Well, the way I understand it, whales have 1 tail, so 6. 2 purple. Yeah, we'll save the caves for when we really need them. There's a few caves here. Thought I saw 2 purple somethings around here. Now what I'm trying to figure out is which cave has the special something in it. I think I can figure that out just by observation. Oh, whoop, 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 whoop. Letters make words, so that's a good deal. How many letters are in the word eel? E-E-L. 1, 2, 3. Sea anemones. Alright, I think this is the main cave. The thing that I'm looking for is not in here. That's good because I don't want it just yet. There you go, 2 purple sea anemones. There's the puffer fish. There's 2 purple somethings. So now the green gems, which are worth 25. Big number. I'm pretty sure I saw 2 sea anemones someplace. I think they were green. Were they back inside the cave? No use highlighting anything we already got. There they are. Alright, now we'll head into the other cave. Huh. Maybe what I needed wasn't here after all. But I know there's something somewhere around. I thought. Okay, what I'm looking for... What I'm looking for is a black gem. which takes the amount of gems you've picked up so far in this game and doubles them. So the reason I didn't want to look for it until I got all the gems was because I wouldn't be getting the full 160 if I did that. But I'm wondering if the trainee level just doesn't do that. Oh well, this is demonstration anyway. We'll drop another pufferfish. And that was it. So now the shell's going to get big, throw a tornado. I believe this will send us back to the clubhouse. Or the equivalent there. Oh, dear. Okay, so the bonus gem is in this final screen. So pay very close attention because you won't get another shot at this. There, the purple one. Hit that, you double up. And that'll get us back to the surface. So we'll take all the gems we found, throw them over there. And into the pot they go to help rebuild the Rainbow Bridge. We'll get a treasure for our efforts, as the Super Seekers usually do. And that'll tell us we've gotten 160 points for those gems, and we've made it to 1 star. I think we'll need to go into the menu to check the score. So we need 840 more points to earn another star. That's interesting. It doesn't tell us, though. Huh. You mean we can't go in there to see the treasures? That sucks. Anyway, you can imagine the tedium this one brings if there wasn't a bonus gem. Those numbers go way up. You could even get a 4-digit number of points out of this. But yeah, there's not much more to do with this one. And that's going to be full. That's in progress. That's going to be full. That if I can get work. Well, there's another one that due to previous difficulty I'm not actually going to elaborate on, called Treasure Galaxy. It's essentially the same idea as Treasure Cove, except up in space. That one is really best to look up a video and find out that way. Other than that, the remaining Super Solver games are going to get full playthroughs. So we'll save Gizmos and Gadgets for when Wit Sharper Than Fang is back in action. And we'll see what happens with the other ones. So I'd say that about does it for tonight. Looks like we have only dropped 194 frames out of all of that time, which is virtually nothing. So I'm very happy I was able to get on and make this stream happen. And all of that having been said, I plan to be back tomorrow night with Chibi Sprite as we finish off the Mahotori trivia stream series that Brogan Taylor introduced me to and started with me. But Chibi wanted a turn at that, and I need to go one more time to get the rest of the achievements. So that'll be tomorrow night here on the Alpha stream. Until then, have an Alpha night, and I'll catch y'all later.